Romance Saja, X, listener, I saw you on stage. Angst. You weren't even supposed to see it. The show was sold out. It was packed with screaming, cheering fans. You weren't even meant to be there. But a friend in the crew owed you a big favor and slipped you through the side wing just as the final act began. That's when you saw him. Romance Saja. Your boyfriend. Your demon. Glowing pink hair and a black satin outfit, body slick with sweat as he danced like temptation itself. You'd always known he was dangerous. Hell, you fell for him because of it. But seeing him dip that girl, pressing his mouth to her neck and drag her into the spotlight like she belonged there, that happened to crack something within you. Who was that girl? He kissed her like he kissed you. Only this time it seemed to be choreographed and broadcasted on massive screens for the whole world to worship. She was just a backup dancer, or at least that's what he'd say. But you knew from that look in his eyes, the hunger, that wasn't performance, that was passion. He left before the last note, before his high note faded, before the fans could drown you out. By the time he came back to your shared penthouse, the sleek, black marble one, that was gifted to the Saja boys for the record-breaking sales, you were already sitting on the edge of the bed, quiet, wrapped in your oversized hoodie. Well, his, ironically. He smelled like cologne and the fog machine. "Babe," he said, tossing his jacket. "You see the stream, we killed it tonight." You didn't look up. "I was there." Silence. The sound of his chain necklace clinking as he froze mid-step. "You... what?" "I saw you kiss her," you said numbly. He scoffed too quickly. "It was just a stage kiss, baby. It's fan service. Come on, you know that." "No," you said, voice low. "I know it wasn't fan service. That's not what it looks like." He looked at you. Like, really looked at you. And then the illusion dropped for half a second. You could see it in his demon eyes, glowing faint and guilty in the dark. His pupils were slit like knives. "Okay," he said softer. "Okay, maybe it wasn't just the act." You blinked. "Maybe," you thought. "So it is true," you spoke. He ran a hand through his pink hair, messing it up in frustration. I didn't mean for you to find out like this." "Why would you even want to do it?" Your voice crackled before you could even stop it. "After everything?" "I'm not human," he snapped suddenly, voice sharp. "You seem to fucking forget that sometimes. I'm a demon, a real one. I feed on attention, desire. That's what keeps me alive, baby." You scoffed back. "You don't get to use that as an excuse. You chose to be with me. You told me I was different, that you could resist the pull." "I can," he insisted, "but sometimes I miss what was before all the guilt and before all the rules." The room went silent again. He sat on the bed next to you, not touching, just close enough for the heat of him to radiate against your shoulders. "I love you," he said. "No, you don't," you said back, his head snapped towards you. "I do." Then, how could you just let her touch you like that? You turned, finally facing him, eyes glassy and throat tight. How could you go on stage and sow that lie while I'm here, waiting in the wings, cheering you on like an idiot? He sighed. I didn't mean to hurt you, he whispered. You're the only real thing I have. You stood up, hoodie sleeves brushing against his cheek as you moved. Then why wasn't that enough? He followed you into the kitchen. You were pulling your suitcase from under the stairs, the same one you'd brought the day you'd moved in with him. The same one that he said looked a little bit too small for all your big dreams. I'll fix it, he said from behind you. Whatever you want. You want me to drop her from the tour? I will. You want me to go and publicly announce us? Done. I'll write a song. I'll scream your name from every goddamn city. You interrupted him. You'll cheat again. Calm and cold. Because you're not sorry. You're sorry you got caught. I am sorry, he growled, but this time the air crackled around him with demon heat. His eyes flared brighter, the mask clipping, the predator beneath showing teeth. You didn't flinch. You want to scare me now, you said. You're gonna bare your fangs and beg. He deflated just like that. No, he said hoarsely. I just want you to stay. You turned to him. The boy that you loved, the boy that the world loved, an idol, a heartthrob, a demon, and a liar. I stayed through everything, you whispered. I kept you grounded when you wanted to lose yourself in the fame. I held you when your skin burned from transformation. I was yours even when the world only wanted to see the version of you that sparkled. You spat. He stepped forward. Don't leave, he warned, but you were already halfway out the door. I hope that your fans scream loud enough to make you forget everything you've lost. That night, the skyline glittered like ice, and you disappeared into the crowd outside, suitcase rolling behind you. No one noticed. No paparazzi cared. You were just another face leaving the fantasy. And somewhere in the dark, romance stood in the doorway, fame in his hands, and no one in his heart.